Hi folks, um, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the last video. Thanks for all the likes and comments. I thought I'd do a kind of follow-up looking at Salesforce Einstein Developer a bit more. Just to warn everyone, I'm not actually going to be looking at much Apex in this. I've been having, kicking the tires and just found some interesting things going on. So kind of thought we'd share some examples, go through the prompts together, and then go through the outputs and just try and um, work out what's going on. So let's push on and do some examples. Right. Um, right. First one, um, I guess, is an example of chaining different AI models together. I think in the future this will be, more and more common, right? So I've got um, Chat GPT up here. So I'm just going to do the first. I'm going to generate a prompt for Einstein using Chat GPT. So summarize story. So summarize the story of the three bears in 3 bullet points. Right. So what I'm going to do is take these 3 bullet points, put them into VS Code in the Einstein sidebar, and let's just generate some, see what it says. So this is, obviously this is nothing to do with Salesforce, but let's see what it does. Now, what I've noticed is sometimes if you ask again, you get results. So it might fail the first time or the second time, and then if you keep asking, it sometimes gets results, which is just a bit strange. So that's why I'm just clicking the ask button repeatedly here. Let's try once more before editing this. Right, I'm just going to tweak this by putting some is that out of characters? You've reached the character limit here. Let's just chop that end bit off. And I've just put generate code describe on the front here. Let's just see if this makes a difference. And I've done that tweak, and you can see some code has been returned here. Now, let's have a look. So you can see here that, stuff from the prompt has entered into the code. You can see mum, papa bear, mama bear, baby bear, her new types of bear. We've got class bear family. I guess that's a family of 3 bears, yeah. And then we've got, what have we got going on here? Porridge, espresso porridge, add ingredients, sugar and espresso. It's like, okay, so we're, tries the porridge. So it mentions porridge. It doesn't mention anything about coffee. And then chair, pine chair, new bed, fossil bed. This is all a bit random, isn't it? I guess it's just doing its best out, from the kind of randomness I've given it. You'll also notice that I've reached the bottom of here and it's just, it's chopped off, right? So there is a limit to the amount of code which ends up getting presented, which is a bit unfortunate. Okay, so it's done something. It's, obviously complete nonsense, but yeah, it's interesting that, what's this model being trained on? Has it been trained on, code which is similar to this stuff? Because yeah, it's not, some of this is definitely not mentioned in this prompt. Right, I'm going to ask it again. Sometimes if you ask it again, you get different code back, even though the prompt is unchanged. Is this? So now it's like, it's similar code, right? But you can see it's got mentioning steamed rice, steamed sesame oil. Right, that's just, you know, comfortable memory foam mattress. What? It's just random, right? And then again, it's, it's chopped. So, my question is, has this model been trained purely on Apex, or does it understand more than that? And I think from this, it's implying that it's been trained on just more than straight Apex. Let's go back to right Arduino code to flash an LED. So Arduino is like a kind of hardware device you can play around with electronics, right? So it's you can write code to flash LEDs, right? So obviously this has nothing to do with Apex. So let's see what happens. Okay, nothing. I'm going to ask again because we've seen that sometimes it kicks into life. I don't know what's going on. Let's try again. Doesn't like it. Okay, so I just modified the prompt slightly, right? So rather than ask it to do code, I said program, and then I changed LED to light, and then I've got this result back. So this isn't Apex. This looks like Arduino code, right? Where you're setting digital pins, right? So like it just asks, it raises concerns, right? What has the model been trained on? Surely, if you're writing this to generate Apex, it should be fed with Apex, which meets best practices, stuff from the Apex documentation, etc. Right? So how does this model know about Arduino code? Does it get data from the internet, or um, I don't know. But it's strange, right? Obviously the danger is that non-Apex code gets into the results, right? Um, Let me take out the word Arduino, right? Let's see what happens here. Obviously, I've kind of forced it down the track of, um, asking for Arduino. Let's just program to turn a light on, see if that changes things. So I haven't mentioned Arduino, but it's similar, right? That's not Apex. Do you have to write Apex every time? And so that's back to Apex, but yeah, just a print statement. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, some interesting results there. I'm just, as I said, a bit concerned about non-Apex getting into the results here. Um, you know, so it would be interesting to understand, where the underlying model came from, and how it's going to be enhanced in the future, and um, the Salesforce developer, I guess, needs to pay attention to what's being produced here, because it could be utter nonsense, which is undeployable, not even Apex. So, yeah. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.